Okay, so I've had another idea for a simple card and I've prepared quite a bit to save some time, but I'll explain what I've done and then I'll show you how I made this shape here. So with the ScanNCut, I've cut some 1-inch circles and I've got 5 of those. I've cut a 2-inch circle out of Whisper White card. This is Designer Series paper by Stampin' Up. It's from the All My Love suite and it's double-sided. So I'll get to that in a minute. So that's a 2-inch circle. Then the colours in this suite are Lovely Lipstick, Crumb Cake, Soft Sea Foam, and I can't remember what the green is. It could be Mint Macaron, I'm not sure, but I've got a piece of Mint Macaron card anyway, because it was the nearest thing I couldn't find to match that. So this piece of card is 5 5/8 by 2. This piece of Designer Series paper is 5 3/8 by 1 3/4. And as I say, I've got a 2-inch circle and 5 1-inch circles. I've got a thick piece of A4 Whisper White card, which I've cut straight down the middle on the short side. Got a piece of plain white paper, which I've cut at 8 inches and then cut it in half. And then I've taken 1/2 inch off the length, I think it is. So this is 4 inches by 5 7/8. It's just ever so slightly smaller than the card, and that's going to be my insert. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with it all in a minute, but I will show you how I made this shape on the ScanNCut. So I went into patterns and I went to the second category here, which has got like the flower and the parcel. Then I went to page 2 and I chose this doily section. Now, if you've not got this on your machine, you know, you could just cut another circle bigger than this to layer up. But if you've got this design, this is how I made it. So I chose this third along on the top row. I made it 2.75, I think it was. And set. Then I went to add, went to the basic shapes, went down to page 3 and chose a circle, and I made the circle 2 inches. Yeah. So then I went into the top left hand corner, this editing icon. I used the 3 red boxes and the second red box, which selects everything I've got on my page. I said OK. I went into the icon here that's in between the rubbish and the directional. It's the one with the 4 directional triangles. From there, I went up to the align icon and I chose center vertical, center horizontal. And then I said OK, OK. And then it came to this icon here, which is weld. And it shows me what it's going to look like. And I said, yes, OK. And that's it. And that's welded that shape. And basically what it does, it welds the 2-inch solid circle into the middle of that doily shape and makes just the outside edge. So that's how I made that. And I'm going to stamp on this. So let's get the elements and everything together. The first thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of snail on the top of the front of this piece of paper, and I'm just going to position it centrally within the card and then fold the card over. So when I open my card now, it opens up this with it, and I've got my area where I can write my greeting. And I'm going to have my card, just got some stray bits there. I'm going to have my card opening this way. just get my bone folder and push these. Just got some bits. So what I want to do now with these circles, I want to glue these circles in a line, and I'm going to glue them to the back side of this card. So I'm going to get my silicone mat out and I'm going to apply some glue along this bottom edge, all the way along. And this paper has got spots on it. This red paper's got like very tiny white spots. So I think what I'm going to do is keep the spots running horizontally if I can. And I'm going to just position one centrally. Oops, that didn't work, did it? I'm going to position that one there and then hopefully do all the others the same in a line so they all just butt up to each other. Right, so that's what I'm trying to do, get the circles so that they just all peek out the bottom. And as I say, because they've got ever such small white dots on, I'm just trying to get them all lined up the same. This piece of pattern paper now is the reverse side of the spots. So I'm just going to stick that centrally. So that's how we're looking now. And then this is going to go on the front of my card. And I'm going to stick it like so. Then this I'm going to stamp my greeting on. And just to give me a bit of cushioning, I'm just going to use my catalogue, because this is photopolymer, so there's no you know, sponge layer with this. It's just a thin layer. Just going to stamp it on some scrap on the side just to make sure it's okay. This is a retired stamp set that I'm using for this happy birthday. There we go, that's how that's looking. But in our catalogue from page 71, there is a birthday section, and there are lots of different stamp sets here that have got birthday in. So there's perennial birthday that's got a happy birthday. There's happy birthday here in Happy Birthday Gorgeous. Birthday Banners has got a happy birthday. You know, there's lots of alternatives. I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back of this circle. And this is lovely lipstick ink, by the way, which is this colour and what's in the paper. So that's how that is looking. And then this, I think, is just going to sit on here, and I think I might layer this up as well. I'm going to get my Wink of Stella pen, and I'm just going to go over the centre of these flowers. Just to give them a little bit of sparkle. So that's how we're looking now. So simple shapes, making a card, and it opens and you've got the inside. You could stamp a greeting in there. I've got some scraps of designer series paper. I might, you know, stick one in down one edge just to make it tie in. In fact, I think I will. So just put some glue on this. This is probably going to be too long, but I'll trim it just so that there's a little pop of colour when you, you know, open up the inside of your card. Just get my scissors that I use for things when I've got glue and things on, and I'll trim this off. So I don't know how well you're going to see, but it has got sparkle in the centre of the flowers from the Wink of Stella. So that's the card. It opens up. There's a little bit of colour inside to match the paper. You could stamp another greeting in there if you want, or write your greeting, whatever you want to do. So another simple card. Leave me a comment under the video telling me what you think. Please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't already do so. Make sure you've got the bell notification icon switched on, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.